Okay, hello and welcome to Planet Coaster. Um, so this is kind of interesting. Um, yeah, I am just, visiting Magic Mountain today. It's taking a long time to, load the park. Though it's finally loading, actually, so let's look at cursed videos. I'm just looking at all these cursed videos in our D&D channel. Super gay Putin. Oh yeah, I love that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am gay. I like long Greek cocks. I am
I don't know if you can hear
gay. I
this,
like long
but
Greek
it
cocks.
is
Now,
interesting. Okay, we're here. Okay, it's fine. So, welcome to Magic Mountain. Wow, okay, it's kind of a bit laggy. So, I'm just going to, take a small tour of the park, see, what is it? Well, I don't know. Any guests are thirsty. Can I just, close things? How do I close the park? Because I don't want the park to be open. Can I just not open the park? Are people already coming in? Because my game is lagging like crazy. Multiple rides are incomplete. That is a lie. Okay, well, I might have to turn down the quality of the game. Can I, park status closed? It should be closed. Let's get them out of here. Okay. Shush. Do not. Oh, here's settings. So I'm kind of new to this game still. Let's go to graphics. Yes. Okay, so let's do high. Yes. So that doesn't change much, but and frame rate's higher. So which one do we want to do first? So I'll likely be telling a lot of stories throughout this, since I recently went to Magic Mountain, September, I think. Yeah, September. 12% want to go on X2. So yeah, let's start out with X2. So we are starting here. Now something that's interesting about this ride is that it goes up backwards, which I think is cool. That's kind of scary. Anyways, you see, my dad was like, hey, let's go in the back row. And I was like, okay. But I didn't realize since it goes up backwards, that is the first row. So I was in the first row, and so this is what the view I had. And so here, it doesn't actually go down straight away. It hangs down here. So, you're upside down for a few seconds there. Another interesting thing here that they can't really simulate in Planet Coaster is that the spinning isn't random like this. It's actually preset, so there's a bar above the bar holding the wheels to make it spin in a set pattern every single time, which makes it so that it's not as jerky and as weird as other 4D rides, which I think it's pretty cool, and it works well here. It makes the ride a lot more thrilling and fun. And so yeah, it's just this was, I would say, my second favorite ride in the park. I loved every moment of it, even though I was on the front and that was, kind of scary, is still completely awesome. And if you go to Magic Mountain, you really need to go on this ride. You know, I didn't really do an intro. I need to do an intro. What's happening here? Yeah, okay, we can fix it later. So basically, I recently went to Magic Mountain. I love it. I recently got this game. I also love it. But sadly, I wasn't able to, like, well, I wanted to go again with my mom and my sister, and my dad was on board with it. But, you know, the whole coronavirus thing happened. So this is kind of the next best thing. So, yeah, I'm just riding it. Let's do Viper. Viper's, oh man, it's an interesting one. Yep, let's go. Perfect timing. Yeah, can we go? Please? Oh, there's no one else on here. Yeah, hi, can we go? Well, it's closed. Let's test it. Oh no. Wee! Hi, Mr. Dummy. Kinda big dummy. You know what I mean? That wasn't funny at all. So anyways, let's talk about Viper. So, you know, with any roller coaster that's named after a snake, you know it's going to be jerky and loopy and just all sorts of pain. Usually snake roller coasters are pretty good, but this one hurt my back. Like, the loops, it wasn't much about the G-forces, but it's more about, like, just the constant looping corkscrews hurt my back a lot. And, like, I've been on a lot of roller coasters, but this one just sucked. Like, I don't know why. This one wasn't really that great. So, yeah. This was one of my least favorite rides for me. You ready, dummy? Yeah, let's go. So you see, another thing I don't like is those drops that twist around. You don't really get that feeling where you're pulled out of your seat. You feel weightless. It's like, I really like that in roller coasters. And that's why Twisted Colossus is my favorite roller coaster. As I think like 10 or more of those hills that give you a weightless feeling. And it's not jerky. I'll talk about that later. Now let's just focus on Viper. This part, it looks cool. Like, yeah, this is a pretty cool idea. But no, it hurts your back, and I hate this part. Like, in Planet Coaster, it's really cool. So, you see, corkscrews are fine. Corkscrews, when done right, are great. But here, they aren't done right, because you hit your head on the headrest, and that just sucks. It's like, that's not fun for anyone. I don't like hitting my head. Yeah, okay, bye, Viper. Wait. Let me see the overview. Okay, makes people a bit nauseous. So, which one do I want to do next? Let's do the New Revolution. That's always I like this one. Dude, why? Oh, okay, I see. We are in the front room. There's no dummy! Why is there no dummy? Oh, this dummy do be kinda dummy thick, though. Okay, so, New Revolution. This one's kinda mixed feelings for me. Because on one hand, yeah, it's a pretty boring design. Few small hills, a loop. But then again, this was also the first looping coaster. Are we stuck? Wahoo! Yeah. Yeah, so, You see, it doesn't go that fast or like that high or anything like that, but I gotta give it some credit for being the first looping coaster. It's like, that's pretty sick. So here, there's actually a sign that says, please keep your hands on the, what is it, handbar? Because it has to build up speed for this loop to actually be able to go all the way around. So, like, that's pretty cool. And it passes by the fountain here, which I like. You can see that more on the actual roller coaster since you can, look around more. But, I do really like this coaster. This tunnel's cool in real life. Going through the loop is awesome. Being able to see the fountains, nice. So overall, this is a great one for me. Not too exciting. Not in my, like, super awesome, cool roller coaster list. But definitely a pretty good one. So, that's cool and all. Yeah, so... Oh boy. It's time for Tatsu. I gotta talk about this one. So, I'll tell you about this on the ride. So this is a really fun one. I did like Tatsu a lot, even if I'm complaining about it a bit. It's actually technically supposed to just go straight, but I think we're loading from Station 2 on that one. But you see, my dad and I went to Magic Mountain on a Friday, so what was a school break in Seattle was not in California. Meaning, instead of this ride line being an hour like it normally is, it was like you immediately got on the ride. Sounds great, right? The problem is, this ride hurts your head a lot. And most of it is completely amazing, but there's this one part that I'll point out that hurts your head. Like crazy. So my dad and I went on this twice in a span of 5 minutes. And after that second ride on Tatsu, our day was not the same. Our heads would not stop hurting. And it kind of ruined part of the experience for the second part. This pretzel loop right here, this is what hurts your head. It kind of presses you into your seat. And your head feels like it's going to explode. I don't know, some people might find that fun. I don't. But that might also be because they have that ride spaced out for an hour or more. We did not. And we ended up going on twice in a row. And as a result, we just kind of died. Yeah, so you see, we're going to Station 2 here. We, of course, loaded up onto Station 1. So, here, I just want to see something. Okay, Tatsu's not actually connected. Testing. Can I see a heat map? Like, where's the heat map? I know it's somewhere around here. Heat map. Which one? Vertical G-force? Where's that pretzel loop? So, I believe that's the pretzel loop. So, not much vertical G-force. Lateral G-force? No. Forward G-force. Weird, okay, there's just something about that pretzel loop that is just crazy for me. And my dad, like, we were not okay. That was not okay. Is anyone up here? Can you even get up here? Okay, you can't. Kinda sad. I didn't get to go up here when I went to Magic Mountain. Well, anyways. Which one do we want to go on next? Let's get these two over here done. So which one is this? No, I don't want that. Yep. So this is Apocalypse. I really liked Apocalypse goes super fast, and it's a cool design. But I like the drops on wooden coasters, and this one just did not have it for me. So I don't know how to speed up these lift things, but you'll just have to deal with it. I mean, this is pretty fast. Right, Mr. Dummy? Yeah. So, you can see there's almost no drop here. You don't get that weightless feeling that I love. But you go so fast. Like, this ride does not show how fast it is. And I really like this part that's going to come up very soon. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. You pass through the station below. And so sometimes when you're, like, about to board, you're waiting for the next car to come in. Just zoom. Next car comes right through there. It kind of startles you if you don't know it's going to. Which, I mean, I like that feature of the ride. That is pretty epic. But honestly, this ride was just okay. Like, nothing special. Yay, we did it. So, yeah, I'd say that's about good. Okay. Yeah, okay, this must have been made, a little while ago. Because I remember West Coast Racers was here. Yeah. So, I guess. Huh. Ninja. I remember this one. This one was actually better than I expected. You see, it's a pretty small coaster, but what makes it fun is the fact that it's like swings, which I don't know if this is a swing. It might be. I didn't know they had swing coasters in this. Oh yeah, it is a swing. Because, like, that's what makes this so fun. It's just an inverted coaster, it'd be okay. You get to actually go swing, have fun. I liked it. Much better than I expected. Though, when my dad and I first tried to ride it, someone puked in the ride before us, and I had to wait to clean it up, and we left and went to Full Throttle, I think. Which, honestly, is much better than this ride. Actually, that bar is supposed to catch us. But, okay. And, trust me, this final lift hill here is not, in fact, a second hill. It just takes you back to the boarding station, so do not get fooled by that. Bollard. Can I drive? May I drive, please? No. Okay. Riddler's Revenge. You're pretty cool. So what other rides do I have to do? I'll do Full Throttle next. So just kind of working my way across, because I've done, like, all of these. Yeah, all of these. So I'm just going across. Okay. Let's test it. Front camera. Hi, dummy. Okay, so I'd say this is my third favorite ride in the park. This loop, amazing. You hang at the top for a bit, which normally I don't like, but I loved on this one. You go really fast at the start, and we had a ride operator who was constantly telling us jokes, and he would, like, say something funny, and then the punchline would be you getting launched. He was great. So you go backwards here. Whee! In the back, my dad and I sat in the back 1 out of 3 times we went on this. You are hung upside down. This is such a cool feature, that you go on top of the loop. And that's a nice drop here. It looks just like okay, but it's really great. And I loved Full Throttle. that's, like, really one of my favorite rides in the park. Okay, Gold Rusher. Wow, kinda scary for some people. I don't know who it's scary for. This was, a kiddie roller coaster. So, Gold Rusher I thought was okay. It wasn't anything special, but it wasn't bad either. It's like a pretty decent kiddie roller coaster. Like, I was fine with it. I don't think we really need to see it. Like, why? We don't really need to see it. Okay, well, I guess we can see it. This is definitely not what the roller coaster cart looks like. It looks more like, a mine train, which is why it's called Gold Rusher. Oh, a bit of lag there. Oh god, Superman. I will have to talk about that, in a second. Because, Superman's interesting for me. Yeah, Gold Rusher's just a meh ride. As you can probably see here, it's a kiddie coaster. Nothing special. It's just fun. And my dad forced me to go on this to complete every single roller coaster in the park. Excluding the, coasters in the little kids area. Like, the little kids area. Yeah, so that's Gold Rusher. Gold Rusher was okay. Superman. This is a hard one for me. Like, I really thought Superman was kind of underwhelming. I was kind of scared for a bit, but once I went on it, I was like, really? That's it? Like, that's all? Just back and back down? Kind of lame. And also, every time Superman went up the track, it was like a jet. Like, have you ever seen the Blue Angels? Because, that is what it sounded like. It sounded like the Blue Angels were flying 10 feet above you, and when you were walking right under it, just having fun, talking to your dad, boom, suddenly, Superman passes overhead, and, God, it hurts your ears. Okay, let's test it. So actually, this isn't what it's like. First of all, it's a much bigger car, and also you go up backwards, so it launches you out back. This also reaches 100 miles per hour, and it also does not go all the way to the top like this. It doesn't even reach the red area up there. Kinda disappointing. Like, that's it. Like, really? Is that it? Yeah, that's all for Superman. Crazy. Okay, so I didn't go on this ride. Now, it's not because this ride was scary. This ride is really, I would say, one of the most fun non-roller coaster ride I've ever been on. No, not actually. I like the big towers where they drop you more. But, you see, last summer, I think, I was in San Antonio. No, it was Thanksgiving. I was in San Antonio, Texas. And we went to Six Flags there. Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. And they had a clone of this ride there that is taller, I think. Called the Joker Carnival of Chaos. And I went on that twice. And we had all had slushies right after or right before that. Thankfully the line was about an hour long, so we didn't have to wait too long. Or we didn't have to, have it right in our systems right before riding could at least digest a little bit. But anyways, this ride was really fun. But every single ride, someone almost always threw up. Like, I can see why. Because, you know, look at that. I mean, it makes sense. A lot of people throw up on that. That thing keeps going for a while. We don't really need to see the rest of it. That's the peak of it. So what's that? Oh, that's Batman. I'll get to that in a bit. Ugh, I hate Batman. Oh, Riddler's Revenge. A lot of people say they really liked this one. I personally didn't. Good design and all. But the only thing I didn't like was the fact that the, what is it? The shoulder bars aren't actually tight enough. Or they are tight enough. They aren't soft enough. Because this ride is so jerky that you hit your head on the side constantly. To the point where it's like, my head really hurt after this. Though part of that was from Tatsu. I should not have gone on that twice. With that being my second ride of the day. That was a bad decision. Also, I really like how the Riddler is next to Batman. So, the Riddler is a classic Batman villain. Got a good view of the park from up here. You can see Green Lantern, which was removed before I went to the park. Thankfully, because that roller coaster apparently was very painful. So, this is a really loopy coaster. Lots of inversions, which I like inversions. Not as much as I like drops, but they're good. This part banged your head way too much. This too. Well, actually, the whole ride bangs your head around too much. And, that wasn't okay. Especially this part. Yeah, but, this would have been a good ride if they had, pillows on the side of the shoulder bars. But, it's fine. Better than Planet Coaster. That part's really cool in real life. I like that part a lot. Yeah, and that's the ride. A pretty decent ride overall, but it just hurts a bit too much. So I'm gonna go on Green Lantern. Vargas 2. It's supposed to be Green Lantern. But, yeah, this ride was closed when we got there. For good reason too, because apparently this ride sucked. Yeah, it really looks like it sucked. I can see how jerky it was. Wait, this isn't even a 4D coaster. This is a normal roller coaster. Okay, this guy didn't do a good recreation of this one, because this was supposed to be a 4D spinning roller coaster. Well, okay, that doesn't really matter. No one needs to experience that. That sucked. That ride was terrible. Batman. Okay, so a lot of people really like Batman. It is a good ride except for one part. There's this one loop. I don't know why. It's a normal loop. But it made me feel like I was going to pass out. Like I could feel my vision going black. Like I couldn't see for a few seconds. And that just scared me. Is this first loop right here. And the rest of the ride, I was just like, please say this ride ends soon. That was a nice voice crack, by the way. Yeah, so this ride is a pretty good ride, but I don't know, I just have a bad experience with it. It's that one loop. No one else felt it. I think it might have been, like, left over from Tatsu and Riddler's Revenge. Since this was a lot later in the day, so it's all that just, head trauma that I'd experienced throughout the day. And so, of course, it's going to hurt. So, yeah, that's... is meh. I don't know what that is, so let's not do that one. So we only have a few more rides left, and then I'll just go around the park, look at different things, talk about my experiences with them. Ooh, Twisted Colossus, I love that ride so much. Okay. And let's ride Scream. Scream out loud. Hi, dummy. Are you going to scream? So this one is often called the parking lot coaster. Why? Well, because there's a parking lot that's supposed to be right there where that weird mess of things is. And right next to this lift hill, there is actually a service road that goes right under here where the trucks go that carry like roller coaster parts, food, and whatever else they need in the park. Whee! Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah. Overall, I really like this ride. I have no real complaints about it. Just, there's a lack of a drop, which I do like inversions, but, there's just something about drops that makes me happy. And so, it is kind of disappointing that there's no drop, but you can see it's a pretty smooth roller coaster. Pretty nice. Didn't hit my head a lot. Still hit my head a little bit. But overall, this was a really fun roller coaster. Me and my dad liked it. Though we only went on it once. It was fun. I liked this. And that's then. Yay. Okay. Well, we only have 2 roller coasters left, I think. I'm pretty sure. So we have Goliath. Okay. Well, I guess we can't do Goliath right now. How do I hire a mechanic? And I have 40 notifications. How do I hire staff? I'm kinda new to this. Park management. Staff. You there. Go fix Goliath. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Please. Go and fix it. Go and fix it. You there. Okay. Can I, give him something? Goliath. Work. Get one of those mechanics to fix you. Fine. I'll do it myself. Do it. Oh, there comes one. That is nice. Okay, so we will get to that soon. But let's ride the Twisted Colossus. Okay. So, Twisted Colossus, my favorite ride ever. I know that's a pretty big statement, but this truly is my favorite ride. So you see, it starts out with these little hills. Little bumps These are a fun way to start out the ride, so it doesn't feel boring as you go up to the hill. Now this hill, this ride up, is great. If you're lucky, well, you get a great view of the park for one. If you're lucky, you get to race people. My dad and I were lucky when we went on this and raced. And that was really fun. I really liked that. And it's sad that not everyone gets to race, but you know, it's still a fun ride without it. So you see great view of the park here. It's amazing. And here we are at the top. So this first hill, absolutely amazing. I love the drop here. It's really steep, and it's bigger than it looks. It looks pretty small there, but it gives you a good amount of weightlessness feeling. This is cool when you race, because it's like, you can reach out and touch the other people, but you can't actually. So you go up, down, now this is a 0G corkscrew, which I love. I normally don't really like corkscrews because they jerk you around, hit your head, hurt your head, but you know, it's actually, that is done really well. You feel weightless the whole time. And that's just a really great experience. No, we might be racing these people here. But I really like how this roller coaster goes around a second time. So, you know, it's just double the fun. Who doesn't want that? That's pretty awesome. So it doesn't look like we'll race them, but we'll be close. So, the same drop. You know how on roller coasters, the first drop is always the best? Yeah, you get to do it twice. And so this part is all the same. Do the same high five thing here. Go down. Here's where it gets different. So this is what's called a Top Gun stall, where you hang upside down for a few seconds. And I don't like hanging upside down most of the time, but the only times I've liked it are on Full Throttle and this ride. It's just completely amazing. It feels great, doesn't hurt. It's just, I really like it. And so, okay, the first day we came here, Twisted Colossus was closed. So, this was on a Friday. Or no, it's on a Friday. But, so, we were leaving on Saturday because my sister was in Santa Barbara visiting some relatives. And my mom was in India. So we needed to go back and be home before she got there. And so we had to be there like half a day early so we could prepare, be home, pick her up from the airport, and continue on. My mom didn't come back for another 2 weeks or so since she was visiting my grandma. So yeah. And so basically, the first day, Twisted Colossus was closed, and this was Friday. We had to leave on Saturday at like 1, which was kind of hard because we were an hour and a half away. Our hotel was basically across the road, so like right here. You could see Twisted Colossus in the back of Superman. So like we were here. And so the second day, since we have gold membership, since we thought ahead when we went to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and actually got ourselves season passes in case we wanted to go somewhere. So you know, it's about 9:15 and the park opens at 9:30. My dad and I are waiting right here, or not here, right here. I was waiting at this exact spot. They had blockades on, so you couldn't get in early. And this was only the gold and above members. The normal members were still in line waiting over here. So I remember they finally opened it up, and we had to run over to see, like, all this way, like, over here, into this area over here, to see if Twisted Colossus was open. Because my dad and I were both super excited about that. And we were like, yeah, we want to go on Twisted Colossus. We're so worried because we got there and the sign says temporarily closed. Sorry for the inconvenience. And we're like, what? But we could see employees there prepping the ride. And so my dad was like, okay, let's go. Let's go start heading to the airport. And I was like, no, wait, let's just ask if they're open. And so my dad finally agreed after a bit of begging. So we go over to where the exit is and yell out to them, hey, is this ride open? The person was like, oh yeah, it's open. Sorry, we forgot to take down the sign. And so basically my dad was kind of embarrassed because he is about to leave without going on this super awesome ride, which is both of our favorite rides. And so they took down the sign, and we went on there, front seat, no one else in the roller coaster. No one else was there. So we go on, and we love it. And so we decided, hey, this is fun, we should go again, because no one else is here. So we go on the back this time, very back, no one else on the roller coaster. The staff is all, like, very amused by this. They're like, oh, hey, it's these guys again. Yeah, can go back on. And so we get off, go on a third time. There are a few more people on the ride now. But we go around the middle, and we were like, the middle is sometimes fine, but it's generally not as good as front or back. So, of course, after this third time, there's, like, no line, so we go on again, this time in the front again, because there's no line still. And so, basically, we got to go on the best ride in the park with, like, or actually, we got to go on our favorite ride 4 times in 23 minutes. And considering it is a 20th, so I remember we were done with those 4 rides 23 minutes after they put down the blockade. And with it being a 4-minute ride, I remember seeing that on the poster inside. That means 16 of those minutes were, like, on a ride. That means that 7 of those minutes were spent running here and exiting the ride and going back on. So, basically, we rode the ride more than we're in lines in that span of 23 minutes, which is pretty cool. So, let's go on Goliath. Man, when I went on this ride, this ride is an amazing ride. I love it. Not as good as Twisted Colossus in my opinion, but still, pretty close behind it. It's behind Full Throttle in my opinion. That wall is being a bit weird. Anyways, so it's about an hour and a half long line, which sucked. And so I remember we're at the top there, about to load on, and at the exit, right over there, there's a girl who had passed out. And I was like, oh no, that's not good. Hopefully this ride is good. So they stopped it for like, I don't know, 5 minutes. And then finally we got to go on. no, we didn't get good seats or anything. But at that point, we're just happy to go on the ride after, like, an hour and a half of waiting. I mean, like, that is normal ride lines for this ride. An hour and a half. On a day it wasn't crowded. I don't know why, but, like, for the whole day, every other ride was a 5-minute wait or less. But for some reason on this ride, it just wasn't. Everyone went to this ride at the same time for some reason. Then finally, at 10 at night, the ride time finally went down. I don't know why. There are just some people who wanted to go on Goliath the whole time. I don't know. Well, I mean, it is a pretty good ride. I can see why. I personally could not ride this ride that much. So now this first drop here, it's pretty good. Gives a great view of the park. Like, whee! Gives you a good weightless feeling here. Tunnel's pretty cool. Get to go up. And back down. This is another good drop. And the way you come up over this hill makes you feel weightless throughout it. Really amazing. Then you kind of stop here. And you go around. Which, this part is fine. Yeah. Maybe this part. Oh god. The helix. This is what made that girl pass out. I don't know why. It's like Tatsu, but better. So it doesn't hurt as much, but still hurts. And so, yeah, I felt like passing out on that, since this was late in the day. So, of course, I already have gone on Tatsu, and what's the other one that I like? No, I haven't gone on Batman yet. I went on the Riddler's Revenge before this, though. So, yeah, that's an interesting experience. So, basically all of the ride was good except for that. Tidal wave has broken down. Okay, that's the log flume. I don't really care about that one. So let's just go around the park now. So here's the entrance. It's a pretty cool entrance. Kind of like a mountain. Which, Magic Mountain makes sense. Yeah, so this is the premium line. Only season pass holders get to go in here. And all the normies have to wait here. And the lines would go all the way back to, like, here. And then you just get in instantly with the season pass card. And you can go in here, and that's where the blockade was. And the moment it opened, you'd be able to go into the park and just go run to whichever ride you wanted. People will always run to either X2, or Twisted Colossus. Since those two are both the most popular rides in the park, people just kept running there. Full Throttle was also a popular one to run to. Tatsu too. Yeah, that was fun. Where did we eat that one time? I remember we ate lunch somewhere around here. Where's Crazy Entity? It's near here. Yeah, here it is. Johnny Rockets. Okay, so, I remember there's a Carnival stand here. And that person kept saying, come play, everyone's a winner. And we're in line for our food for 30 minutes or so. So, I can still hear a voice saying, come play, everyone's a winner. And, it just is interesting. Yeah, so I got some chicken strips and fries with a milkshake. Yeah, my dad was feeling especially nice that day. We sat on an elevated picnic table, that was up here somewhere. And I couldn't finish my food. I don't know why. I usually am very hungry, but I just couldn't. So, we didn't actually go on any non-roller coaster rides on here. Except, well, because we didn't have time. Except for one, which was the Lex Luthor's Drop of Doom. Oh, yikes. What is happening? Okay, better. So, the Lex Luthor Drop of Doom is on the side of here. And it goes all the way up. And so that was so much fun. Because you feel weightless for most of the time on there. And, we went on that 3 times, I think. And that's the last ride we did before leaving the park after Twisted Colossus. Whee! Yeah. Man, this was so fun. I really do want to go here again. And if you like roller coasters, go to this park. You will love it here. Yeah, well, that's really all I can say. Yeah, not much left for me to talk about. Well, anyways, goodbye. I should probably end the episode there. Bye.